Hello Dnation and welcome back. In today's episode we are going to be unboxing, assembling and reviewing the Bootleg Superhero Set 7115 of the Batpod by Decool. So stay tuned with me on this one and let's get this started. So, before we get to the good stuff, let's take a look at the boxing as always. To begin with, this is quite a sturdy and attractive box with some awesome graphics of all the views of this Batpod model, and also comes with a drop-down handle, which is a good touch when it comes to the packaging. So up front we have the Decool logo on the upper corner with the superheroes branding along with the graphic of Batman, and over here we could see the model of this set, which is the model 7115, and the content, which is 338 plus pieces, and also a cool graphic of the left view of this Batpod model. And flipping over to the top, you will see an amazing graphic of the top view of this particular Batpod model. And on this side of the box you will find some general information regarding this set along with the graphic of the front view of this Batpod model. And flipping over to the back, you will see the Decool logo along with the superheroes branding with a picture of the Dark Knight up top and with the graphic of the right view of this Batpod model. And on the other side, you will see it says Batpod and the Chinese name, which translates to batmotorcycle, along with the graphic of the front view of this particular Batpod model. And on the bottom, you will see the superheroes branding along with a bit of information regarding this model set, and a graphic of this model along with the dimensions, which is quite useful if you want to know the size of this Batpod model. So with no further ado, let's get this opened. Well, that was a quick and easy unbox, and here is everything that you will get from this package, which includes 5 sealed bags of Lego and Technic building parts, which are numbered, which I'm sure will be helpful when it comes to the build. We also get 2 individual building pieces, which I guess is the foundation of this build. And the highlight are these 2 massive rubber tires, which are of good quality and comes with some amazing tread patterns that look simply stunning. And to hold up these 2 massive tires, we also get a pair of 6 spoked rims, which are made of sturdy ABS plastic. And last but not the least, included is a detailed 63-page instruction manual, which is pretty much the same as the original Lego manual, which I guess is going to be really useful when it comes to this build, considering the fact that this is going to be my first shot at a Lego build. And at the back you will see the graphics of the other models that Decool has released, so pause if you want to take a look. But before we get started, let me just say that I'm really nervous yet excited, as this is my first Lego build. So stay tuned and let's see how this goes, and with that out of the way, let's get this build started. And finally, after a long nail-biting assembly, here is the end product of the Batpod. And by the looks of it, I can already tell that I really love this set, and it is a bang for the buck, and moreover the time invested into this build, which was really quite therapeutic in fact. And I'm glad I got this set, especially as this model of the Batpod is rare and really hard to get. And although this is a bootleg, speaking of which, the Lego and Technic parts are the same, with the only compromise of the tires that are not the real deal, but nonetheless looks amazing. To begin with, let's first go ahead and take a closer look at this Batpod motorcycle. And by the looks of it, this Batpod motorcycle is based off the Dark Knight version, which is obvious, but sure does look unique, stealthy and amazing. So my first thoughts about this Batpod is that it has quite a good and sturdy build quality, although it is completely made of ABS plastic, Lego and Technic parts that require quite a bit of assembly. But I should admit that the build is really worth it, because this model looks quite amazing and looks quite close to its real life counterpart. And now getting down to a few features, this model is completely built with Lego and Technic parts, about 340 pieces to be precise, which are mostly in black and grey, which is pretty much the color scheme all throughout this Batpod replica. And this model also comes with a steerable front fork with a total of 6 guns that are mounted to each side of the front tire that are protected with armor plates. And this elegantly flows into a well-sculpted futuristic style handlebar with extendable hand grips with a pair of clutch and brake levers. And these components seamlessly flow into a rider's seat that is adjustable and aligned with the footrests that are adjustable as well. And the midsection of this ride is simply amazing, well detailed and futuristic looking as well. And just to mention, the main feature of this Batpod model is that it comes with free rolling wheels and definitely doesn't need a center stand in case you want to display it, cause the width of each tire is a whopping 1.5 inches and holds up this model on their own, not requiring a display stand. And if that's not impressive, kindly note that this model comes with some amazing rear and front suspension, which does it for me. And as far as the specs go, this Batpod replica measures in at 15.3 inches in length, 4.5 inches in height, 3.5 inches in width, which I guess would make this a 1/6 scale model. Well, please do let me know in the comments below as to what you think about this. And with that being said, this model weighs in approximately at about 350 grams, which makes this Batpod model a monster collectible and a definite conversation starter. And just so you know the size and scale of this Batpod model, let's make a size comparison of this model with the 1/12 scale BMW R9T Scrambler by Maestro. And by the looks of it, this Batpod overshadows this 1/12 scale diecast motorcycle, but it doesn't really bother me, and all I can say is that this is a beautiful and well detailed model of the Batpod, and I'm glad I finally got my hands on this so that I could add it to my motorcycle model collection. So overall, this is a beautiful Lego model of the Batpod and a definite must-have for any scale motorcycle collector or hobbyist, especially if you are a Batman memorabilia collector or enthusiast. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the wheel spin and the functionality of this awesome Batpod model. Well, the functionality seems to be perfect and just as beautiful as the highly detailed exteriors, and this Lego Batpod motorcycle model gets a massive thumbs up from me for its price, looks as well, and also for the functionality. And so with that being said, let's place this amazing Batpod on the Dnation turntable and take a look at this well detailed Batpod Lego motorcycle model in a 360-degree view, and stay tuned for some fun facts on the Batpod coming up. The Initial Batcycle was the motorcycle counterpart of the Batmobile. However, the Batpod is the Dark Knight's version of the Batcycle. The Batpod is intended as a kind of escape pod integrated into the Tumbler. It also served as an auxiliary vehicle armed with dual front-mounted cannons, machine guns and grappling hooks. The Batpod affords Batman greater mobility at the cost of some protection. The Batcycle for the 2008 superhero film The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan, is called the Batpod, and its mock-up was done by Nolan and later designed by Nathan Crowley, who designed the Tumbler of Batman Begins in 2005. The bike has 20-inch front and rear tires and is powered by a high-performance water-cooled single-cylinder engine geared towards the lower end for faster acceleration and with no exhaust pipes. The exhaust is routed through the hollow steel, aluminum and magnesium tubing used for the frame of the bike. The Batpod is steered by the shoulders instead of hands, and the rider's arms are protected by shields. The 2 foot pegs are set 3.5 feet apart on either sides of the tank, which the rider lies on belly down. The Batpod can be seen again in The Dark Knight Rises, and in this adaptation, Batman rides a black Batpod while Catwoman appears to have a silver Batpod of her own. The term Batpod is mentioned by Alfred only once in the movie, and so far is the only Batman device to receive the prefix Bat in the Nolan franchise. And for further information on the Batpod, kindly check the link in the description below. And if you want to get yourself or your loved ones this amazing Batpod Lego set, I dropped the Best Buy link in the description below, so go check it out and get yourself one if you're interested. And also please do let me know in the comments below as to what are your thoughts about this amazing Lego Batpod motorcycle model. And please do follow us at dnation.in on Instagram for daily diecast previews and updates. And this brings us to the end of this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up and share it. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if this is your first time here. And also click on that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes. And if you care to share your views and thoughts on this episode, please do drop your comments below and stay tuned for all new episodes coming up. Well, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.